All right, today we're going to be solving literal equations. Literal equations are equations that have more than one variable. Even though they look daunting and really tough, the math that you do is exactly the same of the inverse operations that we did yesterday. There's four basic inverse operations. Opposite of adding, subtracting, opposite of subtracting is adding, opposite of multiplying is dividing, opposite of dividing is multiplying. So when you're doing these, it's good to say it in your head what's going on and then say in your head the opposite. That seems to help some people. For a little inspiration, I'm going to show you a little clip of some good soccer goals, and then we're going to get going on this. All right, hopefully you guys are just as inspired as I was. So again, we're going to get going on these little equations. I'm going to show you how regular math works, and then we're going to be doing it with just variables. Make sure that you know tonight's homework. You got page 20 or page 9, page 11. I'm going to have you watch the key if you need to, and then I have an additional video for you to watch and do follow instructions. So here we go. So this page is really important because again, the basic inverse operations that you do apply to these literal equations. So that first one there, x plus 6 equals 10. Again, to solve that for x, I'm taking away 6. When I look at that one on the right, I would solve that the exact same way. It doesn't matter that there's an a there. I would still, to get that x by itself, get rid of that a by subtracting. So again, the math is done exactly the same. And again, when you're looking at these, the more you think about them, the easier it is. Looking at that x plus a, you're looking at, let's see, I want to get x by itself. I have plus a. The opposite of adding a is subtracting a. So sometimes it helps to say these out. So here we go. I'll show you. The only difference on those two is one, 10 minus 6, I could easily simplify that because they're like terms. 10 minus 6 is 4. But on the right, 10 minus a, you cannot simplify that. So the only thing you do is write it just like 10 minus a. So that's the only difference on these. I will keep going. So when you're doing these problems, again, you solve it exactly the same way, but at the end, you can't really simplify these all that much. All you can do is just write the numbers and the variables together, either adding, subtracting, or timesing. All right, we'll move on to the more complex ones. Looking at that first one, I'm solving for y. So on these, make sure you know what they're having you solve for. You don't want to be solving for the wrong variable. So that first one, solving for y, I need to get rid of that 2x, and I need to get rid of that 10. So to get rid of that 2x, I'm going to subtract 2x on both sides. And then after that, to get rid of that 2 in front of y, I'm going to do the opposite of timesing. So here we go. So you can see on that one, that's pretty tough. I subtracted that 2x. Can't subtract 10 and 2x, so I just wrote them next to each other. And the last step is divide everything by 2. So when I divided by 2, I then took my final answer and I split it up into two separate little fractions. We'll be talking about that. And then I simplified those two little fractions. All right, we'll do the last one on the right, and then we'll be taking our notes and talking about this. All right, and then last in our notes today, I'll be trying to show you how to solve this one for x. So good luck.